I'm assuming you're going to have absolutely no issue feeling comfortable on the show, since I read that you've been in reality TV before.
Oh, yeah. Geez, we dive straight into that.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I spent a little bit of time in front of the camera, and yeah.
It's an interesting thing that, like, saying yes to something like that,
Yeah.
because for a lot of people, they would be like, oh, why would you want to be on like a reality TV show if you're a serious business person?
Yeah.
And, oh, it makes you look silly and things like that. But the answer is that's just not true. There's very little bad that can come from doing something as fun or whatever it may be as any reality TV show. Really, at the end of the day, all you're doing is getting more exposure, having a bit of fun, having a new experience. And look, if you don't like it, well, fucking don't do it again.
Well, that's, I mean, look, I probably didn't come off as good as what I would have hoped. I mean,
did they make you the evil character?
I was probably the bad boy or the villain, if you will. But this is because I'm a straight shooter, you know what I mean? I just call it how it is. And I think they went, right, this guy's going to fit this role perfectly. So, I mean, coming off the back of it, yes, there was probably not the media exposure that I would have liked, but it is what it is. And, you know, I think the best thing to come of it is, and especially moving into business post that, was I was a familiar face for people and somewhat relatable, and even going to meet clientele, it was always like, oh, you know, where do I know you from, you know? And so there was a lot of that going on. So, you know, you can't look back on your life with regrets. And yeah, although I didn't get painted the way I would have liked to, the experience was amazing. And you don't do that every day. You know, the radio shows, the TV shows that happened post that.
It's great.
It was great. And looking back at it, I think that probably put me in a position to start the business.
There you go. There's a plus.
Exactly right. And you got to take these positive out of these sorts of things, right? So I was working for a pretty reputable company in the eastern suburbs as a site supervisor, and I finished the house and the opportunity came up to go on this show. So I went away for, you know, I think it was 6 or 7 weeks on the show. And then I came off the show and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And I went and worked as a site supervisor for another company, and then something just didn't sit right. I just was like, I think I need to do this myself. I think I had this confidence in me, and I thought, you know what, an opportunity had arisen to go and work with a previous client that I'd worked with before. And off the back of that, RJBC was formed.
And I read that you wrote, I had this overwhelming confidence in myself and a fire in my belly.
Yeah.
Now, see, that type of thing is just so important to me, because it takes someone kind of loving themselves, having confidence in themselves in order to achieve great things. Because if you don't think much of yourself, well, you're not going to even attempt to do good things. I mean, that's probably what gave you the confidence to go on the show. You weren't afraid of doing it, you know, and then you weren't afraid of starting a business because you had confidence.
Well, especially if people are going to call me all these bad things on and throughout the papers and all the rest of it, I was like, geez, is that the worst that's going to happen? And I still woke up every morning with a smile on my face, and as I said, I had that fire in my belly, and I wanted to do something, and I had a really good support network around me, and the business, like, it literally just happened over a period of a fortnight.